Welcome to the library. I'm Katie Kraushaar. I am the Community Engagement Librarian at Quincy Public Library, and we are going to take you on a tour of the library today. You are in our lobby. This is, of course, the front door where you will come in and see all of the displays and materials that we have set out. This is also where circulation happens. To get a library card, you just need to have a photo ID and proof of your address within the library's service area. This includes not only the city of Quincy, but also our townships of Quincy Area Public Library District. And so if you need to, you can bring in a tax form or you can bring in proof of that address. Also, we want to let people know that if you have a valid library card from another Illinois library, you can check out physical materials from Quincy Public Library here as well. Currently, our Secondhand Prose bookstore is run by the Friends of the Library. This is an all-volunteer program that is done, and all the proceeds from the sales of books and other materials go to supplement and support the library's services and materials. Moving on along over here, we have, of course, our study rooms and small conference room. These can be reserved through the library's website, or you can call and speak with someone in the reference or administration areas, or you can walk up to one of the desks and ask to have a reservation made for you. These rooms can be reserved for up to 3 hours at a time, and if you have a group that wants to meet regularly, talk to the library staff about how that can be achieved. We have some wonderful art here in the library and wonderful spaces for people to come and just enjoy being in a third space that is not home and not work. So we have, of course, wonderful new children's book displays, award-winning displays, and we have these beautiful murals that are done. These were painted by local artist Jennifer Bach Nelson, and as you will recognize, this is actually a picture of Quincy with the bridge and, from one of our parks looking over at Quincy Island. Coming into the children's library, we of course have our staff and also computers for the kids. There are gaming stations called AWE stations. Those have games and literacy learning activities for children up through 8th grade or up through 3rd grade, and also internet access computers so that children and parents will be able to use the computers. This is one of our performance spaces and areas for activities for library programs. This is our puppet theater and storytime space. And again, as you can see, we have some beautiful seasonal tree murals on the walls. Right now we're set up for a play date story time with Miss Natasha. And so we are always excited to see what fun activities and games she has out for the kids. We do have our puppet theater. Quincy Public Library has a long history of marionette puppetry, and so when we were renovating the library building in 2010 to 2012, we were very lucky to have the Service League donate monies to supplement and enhance our puppet theater and puppet experience for the patrons. So we have a full stage, 14 to 16-inch marionette puppets and props that go along with that. We also have a sound system and backgrounds and scenery that have been added to make that a full experience for our patrons. When you're here in the children's library, it's really easy to find the materials that you're looking for. We have great colorful signage all over the walls that will tell you whether to go to the magazines, the audiobooks on CD, or if you're looking for a specific type of book, the mysteries, the science fiction, the holiday books, and even more. We have books in this area for children up through 6th to 8th grade, starting with the picture books and board books, all the way up through the easy readers and chapter books. We also have a new feature with the Wonder Books, which are self-contained audiobooks in the picture books that will allow the child to listen to the story with or without headphones and read along, or do the learning mode, which allows them to ask questions and hear answers that will help enhance their literacy skills. When you're here in the library, you can do so much more than just check out books and materials. We also offer services like faxing, copying, scanning, and, a few other things that you can do. When you're checking out your books, you can always speak to our fabulous desk staff. The circulation desk staff is always happy to help you, or we have our self-checkout stations. In addition to being able to check out materials from these stations, you can also renew your materials. Here we are in the reference and browsing area. And what that really means is just that this is your first opportunity to examine all of the materials that we have available in the library. Books, magazines, music, CDs, DVDs, and a little bit of everything. We even have kits that you can borrow that will help you learn more about Illinois history or the native plants and animals that are part of Illinois' geography and ecology. So we have our newest nonfiction materials, newest fiction materials, and lots of displays for people who, might just need to browse a little bit before they decide what they're going to check out. So we have our newest arrivals, fiction and nonfiction. All of the books are broken down either by category or genre, or by Dewey Decimal Number, depending on if you're reading fiction or nonfiction. If you have any questions about what those things mean, we can also get you some lists and read-alike helpers that will help you decide what books to read, or maybe just make some suggestions about some of our favorites. We also have a lot of large type materials for people who have vision issues, or if you just want to be able to read without your glasses. Makes it much easier, and it's very easy on the eyes. Quincy Public Library provides, in addition to print books and physical materials, we also have newspapers for local, regional, and national issues. We also have magazines that can be checked out, except for the current issue. Our back issues of all of these materials are kept at the back end of all of the large shelving units that we have, and the magazines can be checked out just like any other item. Our teen zone for young adult readers is one of my favorite places in the library. It's so colorful and it's so comfortable, and it really gives the teens an opportunity to feel like this is their space. We have their activities calendars posted, as well as displays for them featuring the newest materials, the hottest books that are being turned into movies, and a lot of graphic novels, including the Marvel and DC collections. We also have manga for folks who are interested in reading that. And we want to encourage people who may not be young adults or teens anymore to check out the materials in this collection, because they are truly of high interest. They usually read very quickly, and you can get through a lot of them in a short amount of time. Adults and teens can use computers for up to 3 hours a day using their library cards. If you don't have a library card with us, or if you're just visiting from out of town, you can also show a photo ID in order to get a reservation to use one of the computers. All of our computers are connected to the printers, and it's 25 cents per page to print in black and white, or 50 cents per page to print in color. Our audiovisual collection includes books on CD, music CDs, and DVDs, and nonfiction DVDs. So for your entertainment or for your education, all of these things can be used. Our newest books on CD can be found on some of the spinning racks, as well as on the end cap displays that are in the audiovisual area. These books are organized just like our regular print fiction materials, so we have the genres of Christian fiction, mysteries, westerns, and science fiction separated out to make it easy for you to find. We also have nonfiction materials in this collection, which are organized by the Dewey Decimal System. Another of my favorite places here in the library is our DVD collection. This spinner has the binge boxes on it, and these are some of my favorite collections. We have over 200 different collections of movies that only count as one checkout on your library card. So for example, if you wanted to binge 6 movies with Keanu Reeves, you can have everything from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to the Matrix movies, all on one disc, all on one set of discs. These also include things like Women's History Month or the movies of Stephen King. Anything that tweaks your interest that you want to marathon, we can probably find a set of binge boxes here for you. We also have collections of video games in multiple formats, including PS4, PS3, and the newest part of the collection, the Switch games. We're very excited to offer these as part of the library's services. This is the Illinois Room in Quincy Public Library. This is where our local history and genealogy materials are stored. Patrons are welcome to come into this room whenever the library is open, and we encourage them to ask questions about how to use our newspapers on microfilm, city and county records on microfilm, or the copy machine if they need to scan something and save it to their own flash drive, or if they want to send it to themselves in an email. We have print materials, including the Quincy and Adams County histories, cemeteries from all of the cemetery indexes for all of Adams County and several of the surrounding counties, and lots of city directories and family histories to meet your genealogical research needs. Members of the Great River Genealogical Society are frequently here in the library on Tuesday mornings and can be asked any questions that stump the library staff. We're now in the large meeting room of the Quincy Public Library, and this is a great space, even if you're coming for a program of your own or a program that the library is sponsoring. Patrons are allowed to reserve this room in addition to the rooms up at the front of the library, the conference room or study rooms, in order to have their own types of meetings, small events, or if you just need to study and you need a quiet place. This room does come with a drop-down screen and projector, and there is sound equipment as well as the capability to hook up a laptop and display something through the screens. We always encourage our patrons to schedule ahead if they're planning to attend one of the library's events and make that reservation online or call the library and let us make one for you. There's also a small kitchenette as well as tables and chairs that can be set up in whatever configuration is needed for your event. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of the library and I appreciate your time. Welcome to Quincy Public Library.